All right, welcome. It is August 22nd, and we have a special 5v5 coming your way with some cyber cats of past, present, and perhaps future. And they are making the team 5 Smurfs in a trench coat versus Baby Shark, which is on red side. So I am Maestro Pants. I am joined here by Gort Fort and Kagoflu and Logical will be casting at you, and this is especially for Gort Fort, who just got a casting job, so we thought we'd put this 5v5 together and help him out. What are you guys seeing with the bans?
All right, so automatically I see from 5 Smurfs in a trench coat that they seem to be targeting bot lane with the ADC and Blitzcrank picks, most likely trying to pick out some of Arya Deva's better champions in his pool that he has. As for the Blitzcrank, I'm not quite sure. But, you know, I think Blitzcrank being a strong champion and the way that Blitzcrank is, I think it's a good pick nonetheless. As for the other side, Squiddy, I know, plays a lot of Alawi, so that's definitely towards that. Aphelios is just a strong champ in general, but I believe that Phoenix plays a really good Aphelios.
Right, the Aphelios is definitely targeted towards Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Nautilus Ben is very targeted towards Hiriato, who can play that in the jungle. We'll see what he picks now.
As for picks coming in, we've already got a really solid bot lane with Caitlyn and Senna going on there, as well as the Teemo, most likely going top lane for Squiddy. And then over on the other side, we've got what seems to be a Darius being locked in against that Teemo in that top lane, as well as a Leona and Vi. Oh, maybe a switch to Rumble. Okay.
This might be a Rumble mid or a Rumble top. It could flex either way.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing the players, my guess is I haven't seen Applesauce Eater a ton on Rumble mid, so it's probably going for Riot Punts, but you're right, it could be a flex.
And the ban on Malzahar comes in, most likely trying to target some of Daddy Disney's more viable champions in that mid lane.
Yeah, he plays a lot. He plays a lot of those, you know, mages and stuff like that. So Daddy Disney, you know, that Malzahar ban is definitely targeting him.
Mm-hmm.
That
it makes
ban, straight for Applesauce Eater, very strong champion he has for the lane pool.
And finally,
just a good team directed champ there, since you know that you have everyone in comms and they do know each other's champion pool. That was definitely directed to him. What were you saying, Gort?
And finally, I was going to say going with that set ban, I'm most likely going for the jungle at this point because that Teemo has already been locked in, and then the Darius coming in from 5 Smurfs. So we're finally getting our last picks in. Daddy Disney is going to pick up that Yasuo. I know it's a really good comfort pick. That'll be really nice, especially if that's going into the Rumble. And then we get Jinx coming in from that. So that makes me believe that is going to indeed be Arya Deva's pick. And that'll be
Arya Deva for his Jinx mechanics. I'm just throwing it out there. So, you know, I know she was really strong a couple patches ago. So I wonder how she'll fit into the meta this time, but...
This Malphite pitch is kind of huge.
Seems like shuffling through a lot of different champions right now.
He's just trolling.
Ending up on the Vel'Koz. So this is very interesting to see how this all turns out. Arya Deva is going to pick up that Jinx, and Vi is going to go to Ilspo. And then finally on the other side, we're going to see that Malphite in the jungle?
Yeah, so Malphite jungle has 2 viable options. You know, full AP and just try and blow someone up every minute or so. And then with the Yasuo combination, you can pretty much one-shot the entire backline if Malphite hits a good ult. Or you can go full tank and just be a frontline, which I think they desperately need, considering that their team is pretty squishy without Malphite tank.
Yeah, considering the team comps, I think Malphite tank is probably what they're going for here, maybe a Rod of Ages start. As far as team comps go, some things I noticed are obviously the Yasuo Malphite, very strong engage, and the first pick Caitlyn, which is a very strong pick right now, probably the most powerful ADC. I don't know if Phoenix has a lot of experience on this champion, but it's definitely a really nice pick.
All right.
Thank you. And that was our very own Pocket Dust. Thank you so much, Pocket. Oh, JK. You can't hear Pocket Dust, but we can. He is in our ears and in our hearts. And shout out to him for being our observer and our stream coordinator and tech guy for his first time ever. So huge thank you. That's a very hard thing to do, and we appreciate it. And thank you to Susie and Rosalie for letting that happen. Also want to make a quick shout out thank you to Lil Sunapee and Riot Punch joining us all the way from California, and Ispo joining us from Florida. So it should be a and lighthearted but still we take it serious kind of game, and we'll get talking again more about these team comps. So
I'm also from Florida right now.
oh yes, and we got our very own Kavolku also from Florida, so we are just
We're all over the place.
all over the place.
But back into the team comps, on the red side, they don't have as great of a Wombo combo team fight, but they do have a lot of lockdown with the Vi and Leona, as well as some nice damage with the Vel'Koz ult. The Rumble ult's also really nice in that setup. It's not one-sided at all.
I can see a potential engage with red team, like the Vi and the Leona could go in, and then the Rumble could close off with his ult or something. I think they have a really good like engage team as well. You know,
I'm definitely interested to see how this bot lane shakes out, because obviously Caitlyn and Senna are both champions that really want to poke and then not necessarily engage, but just they want to hit you from far away with all of their abilities and their auto attack ranges and whatnot. And you can kind of get that same thing from Jinx as well, but Leona is kind of the odd one out in that lane, and that Leona really wants to engage on you and just hit those stuns all in order. So
Yeah.
it'll be very interesting to see how they kind of work around that issue. But nonetheless, about 40 seconds left, and then we're gonna go in and see how this all shakes out. I'm very excited.
Right, but in contrast to the line you were talking about, if they walk up too far on the blue side, if they hit a Jinx snare or a Leona stun, you can have more possibility of that lockdown.
Very
the fight
true.
can turn around very quickly.
I'm also worried about blue team's potential to like follow up on the engage. Sure, they have Malphite and Yasuo, but like they have Teemo, Senna, and Caitlyn. There's not a whole lot of like lockdown. They don't have a lot of CC.
It's gonna be hard to get behind the enemy.
Yeah, they're pretty much just going to hit the Wombo combo and then fight for like a few more seconds, and then that's pretty much it. So
all right,
blue team is going to be looking to try to get ahead early game, I think, and just snowball.
All right, spectator delay has gone ahead and counted down. So without further ado, here we go.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll for you guys.
Dramatic loading screen.
Nice. While we are loading in here, I do think it's always interesting. I like seeing the Jinx snares versus the Caitlyn traps. I always think that's kind of an interesting thing. You have to watch where you are for both of them. And let's see. All right, we're loading in.
All right.
Slowly but surely. They are getting called to the rift.
All right, here we go. Both teams loading in right now. Very exciting to see.
The most important things, guys, and I think you can all agree with me, we have to see which team has better Skinergy, because that really is what's going to determine this. That and Vision, as we know.
Indeed. So. Arguably the two most important traits in any League of Legends game.
Yes.
Well, I saw Prestige Senna, but not Prestige Teemo. Rather concerning.
30 seconds until minions. Now, this is pretty pixelated on my end, but that could just be my Wi-Fi. How's it looking for you guys?
It's pretty pixelated over here.
Yeah, indeed.
But it would actually make a very interesting art installation, It's
So it seems...
Okay, so we're gonna try leaving and then coming back in just to make sure we can see nice and clean on this stream. So we'll be right back, but you guys on Twitch keep watching. Okay, it's still pixelated, but we can see people here setting up basic jungle entrances, a little bit of trading top. If you guys take it away.
That Rumble is actually taking quite a bit of damage.
As
I don't know
has
if we
the
can get a look at
Teemo.
that Teemo. The Teemo's actually taking more damage. Interesting trade early.
Seems like standard starts from both.
The problem with Malphite jungle is his clear time is not going to be great. I don't know if he's going to be able to come online in time to really help his team get ahead.
Right. Because really, the gank potential isn't really there until you can get that big jump in with the ult.
Yeah, like Malphite pre-level 6, he's gonna be farming early game until level 6, and if he's gonna be looking for a gank, he's gonna need to hit his Q, and then his teammates are gonna need to follow up. The gains for Malphite early game are really lane dependent, and like they're really teammate dependent.
Well, hopefully they have great synergy.
Yeah, hopefully they do.
Looking at this bot lane, some great trading coming out from the blue side, actually.
Yeah, really utilizing the range difference that they have with both their ADC and support. Just trying not to let any sort of damage slip over them.
Well, they
Teemo playing
are-
really aggressive in that top lane.
Well, they are. It's kind of strange because even though both on the bot side they're getting traded out, on the top side they're getting traded out, it's kind of opposite in terms of who's shoving.
Right. Because you've got bot lane here, which does have the health disadvantage, but is forcing that lane in, and the exact opposite happening for blue side with the Teemo.
Ooh, again coming here in top.
Possible gank coming in from the Vi right here, utilizing the Teemo's low health. Seems like she's debating on whether she's going for it. Might end up backing off for the moment.
Not sure
Yeah,
why.
choosing to leave
Not sure
there.
why.
I feel like that was a very easy gain for Vi.
I feel like that was a very good setup, especially with the Vi Q. They could easily
Teemo also has a Teemo. He's sneaky, you know. I don't fault the Vi for just not going in there.
He could pull some sneaky things.
Right.
So far, it looks like the bottom lane's getting back control of the wave.
They don't really know where Malphite is at the moment. Malphite could have been.
Ooh, nice
Senna
shot.
lent the Q on. Gonna try and get some nice poke out of that.
Unfortunately, though, while they do have the lane control, looks like Caitlyn is a bit behind in farm. The Jinx has a large wave crashing into her. I can't quite see the timer on track, but
I know that's what I was wondering if when Vi was backing.
okay, it's up in
Nice
a little-
stun by the
25
Senna.
seconds.
Oh, and continuing to just beat down and just get that nice little poke that's really gonna, you know, determine on really the options of red team here. Of Baby Shark. Vi might be coming in though. Or
No,
not.
looks like she's back in.
Yeah, Vision spots her out there from Daddy Disney. It's nicely done.
Right. Speaking of Disney, not a lot really happening in mid lane right now from what I can see. Both really knowing their boundaries against each other and just playing safe for the moment.
Can we?
Velkov's got those long range angled Qs. Say that again, sorry?
We got some action in the bot lane.
Oh, okay. Really targeting that Senna there.
Oh, nice.
Vi coming
Nice
in. Had to flash from the Caitlyn. Senna
Some
going to
really
use
nice
that ability to get some
flashes.
health back. But the momentum has completely shifted into Baby Shark's favor here. As we...
I mean, yeah, now they have the lane control. They're in a really nice setup to go for the drag now. Looks like Vi's turning her attention mid lane or possibly into the enemy jungle, however. Stealing those raptors.
As Logical had said before, if you now look at that gold diff from CS, Jinx has a solid lead on Caitlyn.
Oh, coming out
Okay,
from
so-
the Vel'Koz. Not going to be enough to take out, but that pressure provided, it will be enough to cause Daddy Disney to have to back off for the moment.
This is some great counter jungling from Vi, just stealing the Raptors when she knows that she has priority mid lane.
And right now would be the best time to, utilize that because Malphite is, again, not really able to do much for the moment.
Although we were concerned about the Malphite clear, it looks like he's been keeping pretty much even with the Vi. Only a little bit behind.
The Malphite and Vi are actually even on camps.
Getting those sorted.
Thank you, Pocket Dust. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Another shout out to Pocket Dust, our spectator.
But really, for this first section of the match, Farm has been, it hasn't been too one-sided. We've been only minimal differences in how it is. So we've got a pretty even match thus far. First blood not even taken.
And Team is gaining a steady lead there in that top lane.
Really making the old Cybercats top laner proud with that top differential.
Aww. Logical giving a shout out.
Also utilizing that Teemo range with the auto attack. I'm not quite sure what Rumble's auto attack does, if it's ranged or not.
It is melee.
Okay, so that's definitely working in Teemo's favor then in that case. Damage coming out for the Senna here.
Teemo can definitely just harass him from afar.
Yeah, but Senna choosing to especially land it on the little Stunna beast instead of on the ADC, so it's going on a more tanky Leona.
Oh, can we look at the top lane? Can we look at the top lane? Oh, looks like Teemo took a few turret shots in exchange for a plate. Maybe backed off. I'm not sure what summoner spells were exchanged if they were.
And that is the kind of gameplay you will see from Squiddy, is that, I wouldn't say reckless is the correct word, but
It's a great ADC, so I wouldn't mind playing like Reckless.
sure. Let's go with that.
Looks like we have
shout
some
out to our EU friends. Speaking of imports, too, have to say that our Grooven Peruvian in bot lane is an import into Discrimination for this game, and hopefully will maybe join our
Vi looking
imports.
for just in that bush, waiting to see if she can pick something up here.
They're pushing up. She's gonna go in.
And
Oh,
Vi looks like she's
that.
going to go for it.
She has ult. picks up
Targeting the Caitlyn, using those stuns, getting in there, and that's going to be first blood for Aryadeva there. Thanks to the Vi gank
That's
that
huge.
Senna forced to back off there while they just mercilessly push wave right now.
And this
That's
is
also probably going to be a good setup for drag for red team here, for Baby Shark.
This is that lockdown we were talking about earlier. Although Blue has a nice team fight with them,
And it seems like Five Smurfs recognize this and are going to go ahead and just try and get Rift while
Trading
they are
up
taking
Rift,
Dragon,
this is a really smart decision.
which they do just get it for, well, I wouldn't necessarily say for free because now they are traveling through there, but if they're just going to back, then that does look like a free Herald for Five Smurfs.
Honestly, I would almost say Rift Herald is probably worth more in the early game than early dragons. Once you start getting into that third and fourth dragon, that's when you really want to start contesting.
Well, it is especially useful right now in the top lane where Teemo is currently winning. Maybe not in terms of overall damage done, but killing it in CS and killing it with that tower. So getting a Baron down there, getting a Rift down there, could be very helpful for the overall game right now.
Right.
Yeah, if they're able, go for it, Logical.
Yeah, if Malphite can use it either top or mid to open up the map, Yasuo and Teemo both have really nice roam potential afterwards. They
Right.
can definitely use that to snowball.
Yeah, especially if they're able to get first turret off it. That's a really nice thing if they can use Shelly for that. On the other hand, with the first blood and then the Drake, it went over to Jinx, which is exactly who you want it on your late game hyper carry. If we go to late game and Jinx is allowed to pop off, it's going to be very hard for our Five Smurfs to hold against that.
Indeed.
We got some action in bot here.
Vi seems coming in again. It seems Vi's picked a favorite lane to be in. thus far, forcing 5-stars to have to back off there.
And I don't blame her, you know.
Oh, my apologies. That was Vel'Koz there. Vi is
Vel'Koz,
currently invading. Yeah.
Vel'Koz roamed down bot lane to try and help in pressure, while
And,
Vi was in counter jungling.
He had the
definitely
full
seemed to
ability
work.
to. He had shoved mid. No, but I definitely don't blame looking bot side to do a lot of things. I mean, Jinx is really your main carry in this team comp.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, Vi is stealing the blue from the top side.
This is huge because not only does Malphite have a really slow clear, but you're making it even slower because now he's even more behind.
You're taking away opportunities, and Vi might come straight in with the Rumble ult coming in. Oh, you may not have even needed the Vi there, but nonetheless, just absolutely adding that insult to injury. Rumble gonna not
Ignite
not
down,
without taking
down.
not without taking a fair licking, but Teemo will be going down there, and that will give Rumble a chance to have to. Meanwhile, down here, Senna's coming out again, having a flash, but not going to be enough.
And that Jinx is just snowballing so much harder than you would like.
Yep.
And then Vel'Koz seems to be coming up as we battle in the jungle there. That it seems to have subsided already. But Rumble really pushing the luck there, and it working out in the favor of Baby Shark.
It looks like Malphite got killed by the Vi, assisted by the Vel'Koz over by Rift.
Gonna look at that right now. Oh, it was a 3-on-1.
Oh no, okay, that was a replay.
I find the choice to have oh Jesus. Every time I think that I can talk, there's something new happening. Malphite ulting in, almost trying to get the Rumble and just not being able to get it done, unfortunately.
And that was the replay. We're back to live now.
My apologies.
There's a lot going on, and it's good, and we appreciate the replay. Thank you, Pocket Dust. And yeah, there's a lot of action going on, especially with Baby Shark making these plays. You know, that turn top lane really helped even out that pressure from the Teemo.
Right.
And like Logical said, bot lane is just constantly shoving, and especially Aryadeva knows his boundaries on Jinx and is pushing them. And he knows Caitlyn as well, so those being his like top two champs. So
Vi also just down here again. Vel'Koz hiding in the bushes there. 4v2 situation happening right now. And meanwhile, Teemo is pushing in that lane still again. Malphite's summoning in that mid lane. No one there to defend against it until Vel'Koz shows up. We'll see if they will get a charge in.
Shelly was running out of time right there, so they had to pop it off some.
Well, Shelly's going to crash the tower, but they're not going to get any play code off of that. Unfortunate.
Ooh. So that does make that trade of Drake and First Blood earlier not as worth.
Yeah.
And it looks like Red Team is up about 2k gold now. Not exactly the position Blue Team wants to be in.
And also, I do not believe that Blue Team has been able to secure a pick yet, where it seems that that Baby Shark has 4.
Now, that being said, the CS lead top, even though there is that kill, the CS lead and turret plates, that is a place where you want to funnel, and late game Teemo shrooms are brutal, as we all know, anyone who's ever been against that. So that is something they can use as they fight for vision around this Drake.
There is a reason that Teemo is widely considered one of the most hated League of Legends champions, and it is because of that shrooms that they can put anywhere they like.
Flashing in for the steal did not quite work, but I appreciate the effort. I really do.
Almost able to get out of there even. Most junglers, they see being able to steal as a death sentence, so the fact that the Malphite was even able to escape after that attempt, very nice maneuver.
Just all around unfortunate, though. The Malphite is down a considerable chunk against the Vi, and we talked about this earlier, how the Vi is just going to have a lot more early pressure than the Malphite.
Yeah, well, it's like Malphite's almost 1.5k gold behind Vi, which is huge.
And now Baby Shark has 2 dragons up.
Really secure second Drake, and now Blue Team really needs to consider really contesting the 3rd and 4th. Otherwise, they'll let the game fall even further behind their hands.
Right.
win for them also is that Yasuo is pretty even in gold with Vel'Koz. So, you know, with your mid and top doing well, it's not completely gone yet, right? It'll be about being very
Well, you say that, but here comes Vi coming in right now, having a flash, and Vi dunking and just absolutely having to take it out again.
Yep, that is making the top lane look a little
Get to
bit
look
more
at that again.
disparaging.
Even with the shrooms that Teemo purposely placed there, one of them being attacked, Rumble and that ult from anywhere and that dunk is just going to secure that kill.
Yeah, that was nicely done.
And now with the Teemo gone, they will go ahead and try and get the Rift Herald.
Second Herald, we like to call
Although-
her Herald Dean. Just throwing it out there.
They will go for Heraldine then. Meanwhile, in
And they're
bot
gonna
lane,
get her.
it seems like Five Smurfs is pushing up just a wee bit.
Brutal.
Low on health for the Senna.
Taking a quick look at player builds, one thing I did see was the Malphite rushed mobility boots. Doesn't look like he's been quite been able to put that to use yet.
But when he does, he will go fast.
He will be a fast boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Leona going in with the stun, trying to utilize that stunning, but Senna's stun, and that's really what this battle is going to be. It's who can get their stuns off, but it seems like... Oh, wow,
Jinx
Senna's
not
ghost ability
managing to secure
actually
the kill.
saving the Caitlyn there, because Jinx was unable to auto-attack the Caitlyn.
That was
Really,
so close.
really
though.
nice play by the Senna there.
However, they did push Caitlyn out of lane, and now it's just free field day on this turret. And as we all know, Jinx loves taking turrets.
And then taking your life does not matter that the tower is right there. Oh, actually, it might, and it does.
Secures the kill, but they lose the tower.
Little bit of
and-
hubris there being exuded by the bot lane of Baby Shark.
I think, yeah, they were just kind of playing with it, and honestly, trading a life for a life there and also getting first turret does come up net positive for Baby Shark.
This is true.
The flash maybe didn't need to happen, but I completely understand that feeling of when you just don't want that last turret shot.
Right.
Luckily, it did fall on the support instead of the ADC.
And Squiddy there is going to secure the mid turret while Rumble pushes in the top turret. So hopefully they'll be able to make it back in time for something. But Geraldine will be coming in as well, and that's bye top turret and also bye Squiddy.
Oh, but Yasuo comes in.
Yasuo comes in for the weak Vi. Oh, but that
Vi gets out, but he can easily just turn on the Rumble, and
Yasuo's
Rumble has to
also-
flash away.
prioritizing the Rumble over the Shelly that's about to charge in a lane. Luckily, he was able to get back in time before any charge went off.
Yeah, he was close to securing that skill, but that was a great blast cone away, which saved him honestly and sent Yasuo flying. Yeah, that was almost a death and very unfortunate for Five Smurfs that they didn't get that one.
Right.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Malphite and Caitlyn dying. Looks like this might be another free Drake. It's up in 4 seconds. Looks like we're getting the replay on that.
So
And we're
No, right, we're
clear.
back.
So, Kabolsu, what are you thinking about the state of the game so far?
So I think red team is clearly winning the game with a 3,000 goal difference in terms of like red team's favor. Jungle is a mess. Vi has been dominating the jungle the entire game. Malphite has really had no room to do anything.
Meanwhile, while we're talking, Teemo gets killed by the Vi.
Yeah.
Vel'Koz combination.
It's really difficult to get anything off the ground right now, it seems, for Five Smurfs.
They were relying on Malphite and Yasuo to really like get ahead and do the wombo combo, but
Yasuo will
know.
also just stand there while Rumble's getting that farm. Rumble not even going to go for anything.
yeah, Baby Shark just had a really nice time, doing kills and shutting down the enemy team for sure.
So now we're going to see a lot more roaming as these first turrets start to become nothingness.
Yeah, as laning phase ends and we head into mid game here, since Baby Sharks did have such a strong one, it is hard, like you guys have said, for Five Smurfs to really find their footing and come back in. But all they need is that one pick, which this vision battle will really, you know, help set up if possible, and then they're back in the game.
And
Right, I
really,
think
I'm
this is-
seeing that nice, juicy 500 gold bounty on Jinx right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gets that is gonna be eaten happy. I'll tell you that much. Oh, geez, unfortunate to have that bush warded right there.
No,
Of
the
course,
ult comes
Malphite's
out.
tank will allow him to get out of there, but
Oh wow, it's 2 ults used right off the bat. Caitlyn walks back into it. Looks like she might die. Oh no, she barely survives the burn.
barely lives there.
But I mean, that's 2 ults down on mid side. Looks like the boot side can no longer defend this turret.
And Baby Shark is just gonna use this advantage that they have and take out this mid turret right now.
Blue team really needs to find an opportunity to get the Malphite Yasuo off.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
although,
their saving grace, honestly.
although like there seems to be, they're really grouped up right now. Malphite can't ult because he was so low. He had to back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. The damage coming out from the Jinx is so brutal that before they can do anything, they're chunked out. But it looks like there might be a little sneaky going on. We'll see.
This strategy, also known as the Death Brush.
Ooh, but red team knows they got vision on blue on the Malphite.
And
Looks like
see,
they're just backing away.
that's warding and vision wins games. You know, it's so important because if they
Vi
know
might
where
be
they
coming
are,
in to go around, and as the Senna pushes in, that's gonna be a Senna sandwich right there.
gotta be careful pushing up when you're
Kate getting some nice poke on the Vi, but as she's already backing off, it's not gonna come down to a lot. Yasuo getting the scuttle crab.
I don't see a way that blue team or Five Smurfs can really get back
I
into
think
this.
if they can get
let's
a
not be
sneaky
hasty.
pick, if they can work as a team, and they gotta start taking these dragons because next dragon will be Soul for Baby Shark if they're not careful, and that seems to be what they're setting up for Vision for right now.
Yeah, I don't think the game is quite out of blue team's hands just yet. The goal difference isn't insanely huge so far. It's still
lane actually difference. Rumble has really made a comeback. And so good on him for that. But yeah, I mean, all it takes is one really well played team fight, you know, probably around Drake, as Warford said, and they can come back into this. But it's going to be hard because right now we see red team playing with such a connected mindset, and they're really focused.
I think if they
Almost
really
like
utilize that wombo.
by ults on the backline.
Oh,
She's
Yasuo
gonna get
getting
killed by the
hit with-
Yasuo.
Nice job. And Yasuo's going to get that nice shutdown of 400 gold, which is their best team member right now, or at least doing the best in terms of statistics.
That was actually really huge for blue. Red team does not have their jungler now. They can't.
For this Drake.
If Yasuo can get fed and get really strong, then they might just win the game off of the
So
Malphite.
let's see. So Vi saw the Senna go in. Senna tries to get out of there. Doesn't. But Vi's now trapped in a 3v1 situation. Tries to hit the... I always call it the boom crystal. I know it's not the boom crystal.
Blast, but I like Boom Crystal better.
So yeah, so now as Drake spawns here, they're down a jungler. So let's see if they even try and go for it, or if they think that because Malphite's there. Oh, the flash coming in from... Is that Malphite? I think that's Malphite. So who not... Hiding in
He
that
thought
boat.
they were
Look,
on it.
hiding
So
in that
that's why
bush.
he flashed it.
Yeah, that's why Vision is also very important as well.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully gonna try and get the steal here. Unfortunately, red team will get that, and the Vel'Koz ult comes in, just gonna annihilate both of them, as well as the Jinx rockets.
That was really
Yeah.
unfortunate. I see what they were trying to do there, but it just didn't work out in their favor.
And now that there's 2 dead on 5 Smurfs, they are just going to go ahead and use that advantage and go for Baron here, which I cannot blame them for.
Yeah, that was really brutal. You know, waiting on drag and then to fool the enemy jungler into coming in early and then drawing that out, and the dragon even attacking him.
Right.
Losing the smite fight and then losing your life and then
Baby Shark just absolutely destroying and melting that Baron. So now they're working with Ocean Soul, and jeez, just one Vel'Koz Q absolutely wipes out the Senna health bar, and just absolutely.
She's just dead.
I think,
That was 2 Qs and a W.
Great work from Applesauce there.
I think what Hirihara was trying to do was he was trying to flash into the bush so that way they wouldn't see him, right?
Right.
But his Cinderhulk hit the dragon, so the dragon's aggro then went on him, and they knew what he was up to.
Mm-hmm.
oh, very yep. Yeah, that's most oh my gosh, I can't watch this again.
Indeed.
That was actually only 1 Q, wasn't it?
No, that was 2.
That was 2 Qs right there.
No, like the first Q did
The first Q was just an
almost
absolute
1,000
death.
damage.
Yeah.
Brutal. It's brutal, but never give up. You know, and it ain't over until the Nexus explodes. All right.
Maybe Baby Shark will surrender the game.
You know,
Maybe.
or could accidentally unplug
You
our
never know.
internet, and then you know Arya Deva's offline. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. We want it clean and fair.
Commentators
here,
cursed.
Some little sermon sabotage going on.
No, I would never. But you know, and that's the thing is, there's always
So-
stuff we can learn. So
While this team fight's happening bot lane, Yasuo's coming in on the Rumble right in that top lane fight,
He's just trying to
make
find
some sort of
something.
split push here.
It's really a
Rumble
1v1 on the
over
top and 4 from the bottom.
Oh.
Problem is, Blue's just so weak they can't
Vel'Koz ult has
contest
just
this.
been Vel'Koz ult has been sniping down all of 5 Smurfs right now.
There's just nowhere safe for them to hide because it's so long range, and then you have the threat of the Jinx ult too.
Well, and Daddy Disney, who's their best player, is the one split pushing right now.
We'll say highest elo.
Sorry, my apologies. Highest elo. My apologies.
All good, as my dad says. Any given team, any given day. You know.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, he.
Oh,
is
so he's
trying
going
to-
in on the Rumble, gets the knockup, ults immediately. Rumble uses his ult
Rumble
immediately
ult.
as well.
Ult's back.
Oh.
Yasuo
okay.
wins the fight though.
Very well done.
Alleviates some pressure on the top side, but Red team just doesn't care. They're gonna keep sieging the base, and Yasuo's just not getting enough out of this kill.
You're gonna get top lane, but we'll take your other 2 lanes all the way down.
Yeah, I don't think that trade was good at all.
I think they're just trying to get something that they know they can, since I think they were just giving up turret, so at least getting some gold onto the Yasuo since there was the bounty on Rumble. But yeah, I mean, was it worth it? It's hard to say as they start spawning. Got Arya Deva saying Drake spawning in about 2 minutes.
It looks like
Thinking
Red
about the
team
objectives.
is just
Elder
looking
Drake
to-
could be the saving grace for 5 Smurfs right now. That might be exactly what they need to at least try and get back in this. Because being able to execute, especially with the way Yasuo is, and even with Malphite ult, that's something that could be destructive, you know. But really, they are going to need that Elder if they want to have any chance of getting back in this thing.
So looking at what both teams want to accomplish right now, looks like Red's just trying to bleed out the blue team and go for the Infernal Soul, as well as maybe another Baron later. Meanwhile, blue team really needs to look for this saving grace team fight, and they can't exactly find it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
They're just getting picked off beforehand or just not able to get the right engage.
also, Baby Shark has made really good use of, you know, minutes before a team fight starts in the Dragon Pit to really clear that vision out, because being able to even see what the dragon's health at or like who's around it is crucial information you need to know before you even try to take it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Drake doesn't start. You shouldn't start thinking about Drake right when it's spawning. You have to think about it at least 40 seconds in advance. You need to be there, clearing vision, getting vision,
Yeah.
just like what they're doing right now on red side.
Well, and that's what Five Smurfs is having to do right now is that they really don't have an option to back, even though they may like to, mainly because they have to be here for this dragon fight, and they might not get back in time, especially now.
I
And
do
they just really can't
see
step up.
if Malphite can hit a 5-man ult, that might be enough to win them this team fight. But as I say
wow,
that,
and just
Caitlyn just
Caitlyn
died.
just dies.
no regards for the Caitlyn, just absolutely ulting, and Rumble also ulting in too.
I really think their best option is really Malphite ulting into the pit and trying to steal Elder. They can't really force the fight right now.
Yeah, they're just being so oppressive.
Oh, and they're just getting wiped out. Red team might not even go for the Elder at this point. They might just go for the end. Or grab the
Yeah.
Elder and end.
Yeah, they're going to be very mechanical about it, get the Elder first. But yeah, I agree, and I agree with that if they would have gotten your 5-man Malphite ult, but it's
Malphite
just
going
so
for it,
hard.
slash into the area.
Oh my goodness!
Elder Drake.
That is absolutely the situation they need. The only person on their team that will have Elder is the Yasuo, but those are very safe hands to put it into.
Yeah, it might be too little too late, but it's still a great moment. As a jungler, you gotta love winning your smite fights. So
It's
that,
the little
that was really
things.
nice to see. Yeah,
It's
it
the
is.
little things.
Red team will get Baron off of this, but because of that steal, the game is not lost.
That was great. So
We'll
yeah,
have to
there
see
goes
how they
Baron.
plan on using this. They will go ahead and reset here. As
Take a look at that gold, and the CS and such. Thank you, sir. All right. Wow, that's a nice CS score on the Yasuo. He has just been free farming this whole time. So if we do somehow get that miracle team fight of the 5-man Malphite knockup, and then the Yasuo can just, wind wall the Vel'Koz ult and get what he needs to, that would be really nice. It's
Indeed.
just going to be very hard to set up, especially with the vision in Baron on Baby Shark side.
So it looks like Red team is just going for that final push here.
Mm-hmm.
it seems like it
should
is just
still
going to be a
have Elder.
5v5 meeting mid here.
They really need that saving grace team fight now.
Yeah, Yasuo needs to get a pick.
Yeah, come now.
Someone
baby.
needs
Look
to
at
get
that
a pick.
damage off the Vel'Koz.
If Malphite could hit an ult and then Yasuo just,
That
ult
wombo
something
combo.
down,
That
Yeah.
wombo combo.
But it's not going to happen unless they really make the initiative. Like before Rumble had gotten there, just really go on in. But it's definitely a scary and hard thing to do, especially with all the poke that Vel'Koz and Jinx are putting out.
Can we take a look at how much time is left on that Yasuo?
Jeez.
Oh, and
Man.
Spirit's just dead.
Vel'Koz has been hitting these all game. These ults, that's just the
Oh.
perfect amount of range. And the super mega death rocket from Aryadeva. And honestly, that's just going to close us out.
Yeah, that might be game. Again, very methodical and getting the inhibs, pushing in. They're not going to leave room for my 5 Smurfs to capitalize on a mistake, but brutal.
Brutal.
They go for that turret with the Baron buff.
Teemo Shrimp are doing some work in clearing the waves and pushing them off.
That is true.
It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. They have Baron and the Wind Ninja just sieging. Towers are almost dead.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Malphite goes for the ult. Yasuo
Okay,
doesn't
there
manage
was
to
no
get a pick off
follow-up,
of it.
though. That was a good ult, though. But yeah.
Rumble
Rumble comes
coming in.
off, splits the team in half. Malphite going to get picked.
And I think that'll be it as they just go for the Nexus. And Baby Shark taking a decisive victory over 5 Smurfs in a trench coat here in this nice little friendlies game.
And that is game.
Yeah. So what are you closing out on that, guys? Any final things to add in or shout outs you want to give? Anything you saw?
Well played by both teams. It's unfortunate for Blue side. They really needed that team fight, but they didn't manage to find it. But that Malphite steal was definitely really nice. They
They
definitely didn't give up. So well played by both teams and good game.
Good game
Yeah.
on both sides. I
Yeah,
don't really have any
absolutely.
complaints. I feel like jungle could have been better, but it's Malphite jungle, so there's not a whole lot you can do with that.
I honestly think the Elder steal was the best thing of the game. So if that's what you got, that's a great thing.
It's the,
I'll put
the,
it
All about
out
those,
there.
all
the
about those little
Overwatch play of the
victories.
game.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll join us for more matches in the future. This is Gort Fort signing off for everyone else.